A lack of situational awareness and a failure to properly communicate, exacerbated by a landing into a sunset, once again leads to another mid-air collision or a collision very close to the ground between a Cessna 150 and a police helicopter in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. My name's Juan Brown. You're watching the BLANCOLIRIO channel. This video is brought to you by the viewers that sponsor this channel on Patreon, and the briefings will continue until safety improves. This accident occurred yesterday, 19 August. This accident occurred yesterday right around sunset at the Carlisle Municipal Airport, a non-tower airport, dare I say uncontrolled airport, near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The Unicom, the common frequency for communications, is 122.8. The Pennsylvania State Police helicopter on a routine training mission out of Harrisburg flew a relatively straight-in approach to runway 28 at Carlisle. The Cessna 150 was on a local flight and was returning to the pattern. It looks like he overflew the airport and then entered a left downwind for runway 28, and the ADSB data drops off right here prior to the collision. If we take the ADSB data from the helicopter and corroborate that with the photographic evidence of the site of the accident, we can see the helicopter was straight in on runway 28, and the accident occurred way down here at midfield, either over the runway or just off to the side of the runway. Not enough room for the Cessna 150. Now, if we look at the timeline of the two bits of ADSB data, we can see that the helicopter was ahead of the Cessna 150, which means the helicopter had the right-of-way. At 22:50:54, the Cessna 150 was on a left base for runway 28, right here at 71 knots. At about that same time, the helicopter was on final for runway 28 at less than 49 knots. The Cessna 150 was closing in on the helicopter. And this is why I say we have a failure to communicate here, because if these two aircraft were properly communicating with each other on the common CTAF frequency, the Cessna 150 would have known that the helicopter was there and would have not attempted to land. Looking at the Google Maps view down runway 28, there is simply not enough room on this runway or in this grass patch off to the side where the helicopter may have been hovering, practicing his hovering maneuver for the Cessna 150. The Cessna 150 should have gone around, and he may very well have gone around, but here's the problem with going around too late near a helicopter's rotor wash. We've discussed this video before. This video happened here in California. Here is a CAL FIRE Huey boat coming in on final for the runway, followed by a Cessna 140. The Huey puts out a tremendous wake vortex. Helicopter vortices are to be avoided at all costs by small aircraft. The helicopter is well out of view, but is left behind a huge amount of wake turbulence. And here comes the Cessna 140. Bam! He gets nailed by that wake turbulence of the helicopter and gets pulled right over to the right. If you are hovering your helicopter right over here and you are attempting to go around past the helicopter, you will get pulled into that wake turbulence or the vortex of that helicopter, and it will pull you right into that helicopter, which is exactly what happened in Pennsylvania yesterday. In this case, the Cessna 140 pilot hitting these hangars backwards survived, or hitting the fence backwards. Here's a good view of what these main rotor vortices look like. They're rotating in this direction, in towards the helicopter. Here's another view looking head-on. The vortices are rotating in this direction. You do not want to get anywhere near the wake turbulence of a helicopter in a light aircraft. So it looks like both of the aircraft had TCAS. We've got ADSB data returned from them. Had these two pilots been properly talking to each other on 122.8, the Cessna 150 would have known that the helicopter was there, and he would have would not have attempted to land right behind the helicopter while the helicopter was occupying the runway or the grass right next to the runway. There was simply not enough room for the Cessna 150. And the see and avoid was hampered by the sunset. The Cessna 150 would have been looking right into the sunset, obscuring the view of the helicopter ahead of him. So when you are operating out of a non-tower airport, make sure that your communications are clear and that you are communicating with each other. You're not just broadcasting in the blind. You need to coordinate with each other how you're going to manage your spacing in the pattern. Thank you so much for your support of this channel, especially the folks over on Patreon that make this content possible. See you here.